Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy NTG back here with another video today, and today I'm going over the top 10 promos that we saw inside of Madden 23 Ultimate Team. Mold Breaker's promo just ended today. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think we see too much more coming. Maybe, we're obviously gonna see Rookie Premiere probably next week, I'd have to guess. Maybe we get a 4th of July promo or Summer Blockbusters, but most likely, it's done, it's over with. So I'm gonna be going over the top 10 promos that we saw this year. And there were some good ones, and there were some pretty bad ones, but I think this top 10 list is it gave us good content, good packs, all that stuff. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on post notifications, and without further ado, let's take a look at it. Starting at number 10, I'm going to have the Headliners promo here. Now, in my opinion, the Headliners promo, for its time, was pretty solid. I mean, LTDs, Jalen Hurts, and DeMarcus Lawrence were two of the best cards in the game. I mean, I was pulling them kind of left and right out of the reroll packs. So I was definitely pumped up about it. In my opinion, the Headliners promo, we got great LTDs. For the champions, we saw guys like Justin Jefferson, L'Jarius Sneed, who were, pretty solid cards. Joe Mixon also played very, very well. I'm trying to remember the other guy. It was defensive guy. Javon Holland was the other one. He was solid too. I mean, he was definitely okay. But, I mean, I don't think they really missed. I mean, you talk about the most iconic card this year, 86 Donald Parham, one of the best of all time. You got that 82 Caleb Farley. Besides that, the reason why it's a little weaker is because the 86s weren't as incredible as you'd hope besides Donald Parham. There were solid ones, of course, Kwity Paye, guys like that. But, I mean, you talk about it was very front-loaded with good cards. And for the first promo of the year, I think it definitely hit. So I'm going to put it in the number 10 spot. This is arguably out of the top 10, but in my opinion, I think you need to put it on there because it's just so iconic to Madden. The Headliners promo being the first promo in the game, and I think it killed it this year. Next up, we have the Harvest promo coming in at number 9. One of the best corners at the time Tariq Woolen was released. His 80, I believe it was 88, maybe it was 89. 89 overall comp pass player was still arguably a top 5 corner in the game. I still had him in my lineup at this point. And this is an 89 overall towards the back half of November, which is pretty crazy to think about. I mean, usually you're talking about the top guys being 92, 93 overalls. We saw an 89 performing as one of the best cards in the game, so that was an incredible card. The Nick Chubb card we got was solid. Zach Martin was a really good right guard at a position of need. And there was one other LTD. I'm blanking on who it is right now. It would have been a defensive guy. Maybe it will come to mind. But we also got guys like Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, which is a really good card. We got Isaiah Simmons, middle linebacker. We got some really good champions as well. Randy Moss, Lawrence Taylor. We actually got a lot of good players in the Harvest promo. Now, the way it was done, there wasn't that many good 90s and stuff like that, so that's why it hurts it a little bit. But again, very front-loaded, and I think it's a little better than Headliners, especially because we got some big names like Randy Moss and Lawrence Taylor and those guys. But it's an incredible promo nonetheless, and I think that well-deserving of top 10. I'm going to put it at number 9 as we look into number 8. At number 8, I have the Ring of Honor promo. I think this just gave us cards that were the best cards at their position, and still are, kind of. I mean, Lawrence Taylor, one of the greatest Madden cards of all time, gets a 99 overall. To put this in perspective, we had 98 overall at this point, and these were the first 99s we really saw consistently come out. We saw guys like Fred Warner get those cards, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, but these were the first real 99 overall cards in the game. Deion Sanders getting all 32 team chems. That was so big this year. Every team can run a Deion Sanders, which I thought was huge. We saw Lawrence Taylor, Tony Gonzalez, a little underrated. Randy Moss, still one of the top 5 receivers in the game, I think, and he was in this promo as well. And then the last guy we saw would have been, let me think of it. It was a halfback, I believe. Was it Barry Sanders? I think it was Barry Sanders, the last guy, who also is an incredible Madden card. So overall, the Ring of Honor promo killed it. The 98 overalls, you can get some good 98s like Jerry Rice. The center for the Lions was a good pickup if you need a center. You can get those guys back as being the overall, the Ring of Honor promo killed it, in my opinion. Great promo, and I think it's deserving of the top 10 because those cards are still some of the best in the game, so I'm going to put it at number 8. Number 7, I have the Team of the Year promo. I personally like them waiting this year, Usually they drop it in mid-January, and there's tons of other content like the Super Bowl, playoffs, all that stuff, kind of all congested, and it almost feels like not an overlook, but it almost feels like those cards aren't as important. But the way they did this year, all these cards were some of the best in the game. Now, I will say a lot of them weren't upgrades to cards we had. For example, Justin Jefferson already had 97 overall, gone 98. I believe Nick Bosa was in this promo, 97, 98, same thing. there were some of that, which definitely killed it, in my opinion. Jalen Hurts, 97, 98. But it was still done. I wish they didn't do fan voting. I wish they just let it up to the devs to make cards, because then you don't have the repeats like we saw. But nonetheless, we still got the best card at every position in the game. We got 98 overall kicker and punter, being Thomas Morstead and Justin Tucker. And then we also got the player of the year, Fred Warner, 99 overall middle linebacker. Although not really important, he was still 99 overall card people wanted to chase for. Really the first one since Brady and Mahomes. So team of the year promo, in my opinion, severely underrated. I think it's a very good promo. I think it killed it this year. It gave us some of the best cards in the game that are still usable. Not to mention we also see John Madden introduced into the game at that point, which is super awesome. So I'm going to give it number 7 on my top 10. Number 6, I have the Sugar Rush promo. Now the reason this is on the list is not necessarily because of the cards, but the glitches that came associated with it. And that's why I think you need to put it on the list, because this basically gave everybody coins, which I think is a good thing. Considering the game, it was dying at this point. I almost feel like they did it on purpose just to keep people back in the game. I mean, it's the reason I have 25, 30 million coins on the team I do. Granted, I've wasted all that. I've basically wasted all the profit on packs, but regardless, it gave me a fun time. It was super awesome, super fun glitch. Not to mention the cards itself weren't bad at all. I mean, TJ Watt, Ty Law, James Conner, some of those guys. Saw some LTDs as well, Devontae Adams. Overall, solid, eggs. I feel like you can't go wrong with, presents almost, like eggs. The eggs were a fun factor. They weren't incredible, and they were also kind of predictable, which I think, the eggs weren't incredible this year. They were definitely profitable, don't get me wrong, but it just felt a little lackluster for what it was. And I think that's because so many eggs were in the game that they couldn't just supply everybody with millions of coins in profit. So it makes sense. But nonetheless, Sugar Rush, definitely a solid promo. Always usually finds its way in the top 10. No different this year. Not as good as past years, I'd say, but definitely still a really good promo. I'm going to give it number 6. Number 5, we got the Blitz Promo. This is personally my favorite promo every year. I think the Blitz Promo is one of the best promos every year because it's such a fun time because you're off school, you're off work, all this stuff. It comes right after Thanksgiving. I mean, super awesome. Michael Vick this year, Jalen Waddle, Night Train Lane. What else do you want? I mean, those are incredible cards. Anthony Barr even came as an LTD. Absolutely insane player choices, good deals, market crashes. It was really weird. I mean, market crashed sometimes didn't. But overall, I think the Blitz promo, it was a little weaker. I feel like most of these promos were kind of weaker than years previous, but nonetheless, Blitz is still Blitz. Still an incredible promo. I'm going to give it number 5. At number 4, we have the Zero Chill promo. I thought they did really well with the Zero Chill promo this year. So we talked about the cards we got. Deebo Samuel, Plaxico Burress, Quentin Williams, Sean Taylor. Really good card selections for champions. Some solid 93s in there as well, or stocking stuffers, which were 92s this year. One for every team too. I thought was a good addition. I mean, it was typical Zero Chill. We got presents and stuff like that. Presents were profitable this year. Now I will say I didn't put presents opening day, which is one of the most disappointing days in MUT history in my opinion, because the amount, how horrible it was. It went absolutely horrendous. I didn't include that in this because I don't want to. I mean, there were so many people on the servers. I didn't want to criticize them for that. But that was definitely a big blunder. But they ended up still being profitable. And if you got certain presents, you actually made a ton of coins if you were on at certain times. So the Zero Chill promo, while present day opening was chaotic and just so hectic, it was still a really good promo. I'm going to give it number 4. Really good masters, good presents, all that stuff. Definitely deserving of a top 10 spot, even top 5 in my opinion. So I'm going to go number 4. At number 3, I got the Ghost of Mutt. Now, this is such a simplistic promo that they did really well, in my opinion. We got good masters with Kenneth Walker, or not good masters, these are LTDs. The LTD choices they have are incredible. Kenneth Walker, Antonio Cromartie, and Patrick Mahomes. 3 absolute hits, very good selections. Not to mention, the players themselves are really good. 94 Dalvin Cook, 94 Justin Simmons, some of the big 94s. The 92s, George Pickens. We had Malik Willis, and there were some fun cards for the Ghost of Madden Futures that were on theme teams, and some people who just wanted to use. Like George Pickens was an absolute demon who was super hyped up. A lot of people wanted a George Pickens card. He got one right here. And then the 95s themselves were absolutely insane. For example, Drew Bledsoe, arguably the best quarterback in the game when he released. We had Julius Peppers, free safety. You could still run him to this day and get away with it, and he'd still be a solid free safety. Not to mention now he has a golden ticket because of it. and that's going to wreak havoc in the game for the rest of the year. We also got Troy Polamalu. We got tons and tons of tons. We had Herman Moore, who was an incredible card. Charles Woodson. They killed it on the Legends. The Ghost Man Present was pretty solid as well, and the Ghost Man Future was pretty solid, and the LTDs were incredible. Ghost of Mutt is probably, this, in my opinion, might have been the best year we saw Ghost of Mutt of this kind of way they've been doing it recently in the past 3 years. I think it was easily the best. I think Madden 20 will never be topped. Maybe Madden 19, but still really, really good promo. Number 3, I think, is a good position for Ghost of Mutt. At number 2, and I'm disappointed there wasn't a part 4 of this promo, we got the All Madden promo. Once again, what a promo EA did with this. Beginning of the year, we see 89s. Lawrence Taylor, Randy Moss, Joe Montana, Warren Sapp, Mike Allstott, those guys. I mean, super. Ronnie Lott. That was amazing. Really amazing. And we saw them inserted into the comp pass as well, which I thought was a great touch. Second release, see 93s overalls. Barry Sanders, Devin Hester, Steve Young, Brian Urlacher. Again, very, very good releases. And then the final release, we saw 94 overalls, which were incredible at the time. Jackie Slater, Jason Kelsey. We got, who else did we see during that promo? There was tons. Saquon Barkley, Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp was a 93, I believe. Aaron Donald was a 93 as well. Overall, they killed it. I mean, this was an incredible promo year. I think maybe they do release a part 4, like this coming week or something like that. I think that'd be a super nice touch, but the All Madden was definitely a cool thing. You can run a theme team with it. I mean, this was honestly probably my favorite promo throughout the year besides number 1. Obviously, it's in number 2, but I mean, most creative promo. I think they did an absolutely incredible job with this. And I don't think it can be understated how much I love this promo, especially when they released. Not to mention, whenever they released into good times in Mutt. So I'm going to give it number 2. Well deserving. At number 1, and you can, maybe it's a surprise that the original AKA wasn't in this list. It was 2 cards a week. They weren't the most crazy cards in the world, I feel like, whenever they released. AKA New Class is just different. AKA New Class, in my opinion, one of the best promos we've actually ever seen in Mutt. They killed it with the nicknames. The card arts were incredible. LTDs, great player selection. A-Rod, for example. We saw Rodrigo, which wasn't incredible. They were the same week. That's why I'm thinking of it. Just an incredible promo. One of the better promos we've ever seen in Mutt, I think. You know, the rules were pretty bad, but the packs were incredible. One of the best promos we ever see. AKA New Class, incredible promo. And there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on post notifications. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what you changed, what's your favorite promo of the year, all that stuff. Again, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on post notifications. And I'm NTG. Peace out.